Okay, so no introduction or introduction today, but if you really care about my stuff, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you really give a shit about myself, subscribe, my fellows, and don't forget to hit bell notification, just in case you're a brand new person. Nah, you're all good. Anyways, Street Fighter 6 Sagat. I don't know why I always get this dude and Zangief mixed up all the time. Every single time. It's not a brand new fighter, no Street Fighter, I got this wearing my shirt backwards every time I use this one. Sometimes a brand new Street Fighter character announced, no, this has been around since what? In 1992 or 1993 when I was like a 3-4 year little baby in diapers still. Way back in the days, in the early 90s. Or even had a conscience by the time I was like 1996 or 1997 later on. Furthest back I can remember. It was 1989 to 1995 is like a blur until 1996 came around. Anyways, Sagat. Oh, it sounds like the dude that was gonna age the hell out of me. The dude that died about 4 or 5 years ago, Bob Saget, that was in the Full House series. Oh man, funny ass freaking dude back in there. But I don't know, he was very super adult commentary like oriented before he passed away, way before like 2010, 11, 12, early mid 2010s. Sorry from profusely sweating a lot. The air condition kind of turned off a little bit too damn for a little while now. So there's that. But time I'm done with this video, hopefully I'll be back on. But Street Fighter 6, it got teaser trailer. It's already got like, I think 500,000 views already. Yeah, 521,000. It's crazy, man. So without further ado, 3, 2, 1, let's get in. No internet news today. They still got to do that death battle one. I'm still hoping I'll probably be able to do it in the daytime because even though it looks nighttime already, it's still kind of like peak early when the sun's gonna be burning the shit out of my eyeballs. So that's the reason why the curtains are closed right now. Anyways, one more other thing I'll say is this. I know there's a little bit of extra news of what happened. Oh my god, I'm surprised this even happened, but it's a good news thing because it has to do with VTuber stuff, but it's not bad drama. It's good drama. It's pretty wild too. It's good news, but I'll save it probably for a separate video. I don't know, maybe for like the death battle when I do like 3 or 4, like at the most I'll probably do 3 or 4 like internet news story things. This one is just gonna be the thoughts, views, opinions, speculations, and reaction. That's it. So yeah, without further ado, yapping and BSing, let's jump into it. It's very gonna be loud, so cover your ears if it's too loud for Sagat. Oh, before to begin, I do remember this way back in the day, 1992, 1994, when I was a baby in diapers. I didn't watch it until I was like 20 or 21, like the early 2010s. Like 2009 or 2010 when I watched the 1993 Street Fighter freaking movie for the first time, the anime one. Not the one that was that horrible shithole live action one. My god. You know, Jean-Claude Van Damme was a badass in that when I was a 90s baby, 90s kid. But it was really bad. It's sad because the dude that was playing M. Bison, to my favorite character, I think a couple months or a year later, he died from like cancer or car accident or something like that. Which really sucked, man. I think he was like a Portuguese Brazilian actor too. I'm not surprised. He was a Spanish Latino dude. That's kick ass. So that's when I first heard of Sagat. So I know in the manga and the comics he's extremely dangerous. Fuck, he almost like tried to kill Ryu. That's the one most lore I know about Sagat. So 3, 2, 1, let's truly go.
Hey, come on, let's go! Wait for me!
Whoa! Sagat is coming August 5th, 2020. Man, it looked like one of the freaking Attack on Titan fools, like the Colossal Titan coming after you, like, Jesus Christ, bro. Oh. I wasn't ready for that shit. I thought he was gonna fight the other dude. I don't know what it is. Like, thoughts, use, opinions, speculations, and takes. My viewpoint on this shit. I don't know what it is. The dude that's always the black kid or whatever, he always reminds me of Miles Morales or Static Shock from back in the day. So if he doesn't have the Spider-Man powers or electricity powers, he's the main regular protagonist so far from 2022, early 2023 when Street Fighter 6 was released at that time. I know he's just the silent protagonist. It's so weird. But I thought he was gonna end up getting a fight with Sagat. I was hoping they were gonna show us like final attack and moves. So this was just like a tiny cookie crumble, like little bit of a teaser clip, but that's it. It was a teaser clip, man. That wasn't a full trailer. So I'm a tiny bit disappointed, but at the same time, I guess that's what Capcom likes to do. Other than that, not really much else I could say. The only other lore that I know about him is like Ryu's the one that gave him that big giant scar and made him lose his eye or whatever. Ryu's like, I don't know if it was evil Ryu that did it or the regular formation form of Ryu that did it, obviously. I have him on my freaking shirt. You know who that is. Him and Ken have always been the main two OGs, super old school OGs of the whole franchise. And then, of course, you got the two female chicks, Chun-Li and Cammy. Which is so funny because I didn't even learn until about 2 years ago that Cammy's real name, that's not even her real name. I think she's originally a clone that was from the United States, but all of her memories come from like Britain and London, England or something for some reason, UK instead. That's so fucking weird. And then there's the whole giant lore about that. Like, there's thousands of videos on YouTube, and there's probably a lot of Twitch streamers I know about it too. Even TikTokers might know about it if they grew up with the old school version of Street Fighter, not the new school modernized version of it. I don't think it's been super ultra wokey or any of that stuff. Unless you want to count the black chick. That was a generic stereotype black girl, Kimberly, that knows how to do graffiti tags and shit. And is a really big sneakerhead. I don't know if you want to count that as woke, I guess. I remember even when I grew up, before I even moved to upstate New York, before when I was living in Spanish Harlem, there was like blacks and Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, all that. They were really hardcore sneakerhead motherfuckers that liked Air Jordans and doing all the thug life shit and all that fucking crap, which I didn't like doing because I was just a nerdy ass Mexican Puerto Rican because I was a geek. I like watching anime and manga and decide mostly indoors. I only times I ever communicated with kids that were my age from like 5 to 8 years old or 8, 9 at the latest was like in Sunday school church. And I was it was really bad, shitty projects I lived at, and it was gunshots over every fucking night. It was a nightmare. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. My worst on me. When I moved out here to Vegas, it was kind of the same thing until a couple years later, 2009, 2011. Around that time, late 2000s or 2010s, I finally moved to the suburb area. And I had to worry about that shit anymore. Thank Jesus, thank God, Heavenly Father, Yahshua, Yahweh, Shema Bab. I swear to God, not bringing religion into this. But yeah, I would be probably under 6, 8 feet deep if I was living in the ghetto Section 8 hood projects right now. Thank God I'm not anymore. I pray to God I never, ever in a billion years have to move back to those shitty garbage ass complex apartments with roaches and fucking scorpions. God forbid. Anyways, too much a little TMI there. Yeah, other extra thoughts, using my speculation to take focus back on this. Street Fighter Sticks. Almost said sticks instead of six. The fuck is wrong with me? Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I know he's one of those slow charging character dudes that he doesn't really like move that fast. He moves kind of slow, sluggish a little bit, but his punches and his kicks are really fucking, really super powerful. So extremely overpowered as fuck. So, and I guess he's probably like the Hulk, the original Hulk, before they started making him all wokey and the Thing, before they started making him all soft spoken, a little bit of a bitch and a pussy, pretty much. Unfortunately. Like how they have him in a Fantastic Four. The one that's next month is going to be with Pedro Pascal in it. Oh, God. Don't even get me started with that fucking garbage. That fucking ideology, politicized trash. No. I'm not wasting my fucking dime on that movie. I'll still see the Jurassic World one, even though granted, I hope it's that girl boss power, even though Scarlett Johansson's going to be in that one. I'm just mainly watching it for the dinosaurs, and that's it. I don't really care about Scarlett Johansson's character that much. You know, yeah, she might be super pretty and over sexualized. Because the last time I ever saw a super pretty redhead chick like that back in the day was like the mid-late 2000s. I was in middle school and high school. I was Lindsay Lohan back then. Back in the day, her and Megan Fox, man, they were the shit. Gen Z was probably way too young to understand that, but if you were a millennial back then, like I was, probably found out a lot of NSFW work for those two. Like how I did, unfortunately. I wasted a shit ton of Vaseline tissues on that back then. But anyways, getting back to Sagat again. I wonder what his other 3 or 4 other DLC costumes, like, they always give them these characters nowadays, customizations and loot boxes and all that stuff, and they give them different, like, apparels and all that things. Maybe he might wear sneakers for the first time, because most of them are usually barefoot most of the time in the Street Fighter universe. Makes it different from the Tekken and Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct, and even, like, the other ones, like, just called Streets of Fury. King of Fighters series and all that, and Guilty Gear, where they have sneakers on most of the time. You know, that one, Guilty Gear, is just a 2D flat, like, sort of fighting series, but it's still badass as hell, because it came from the arcade era from the 90s or 2000s, so obviously I grew up with that a shitload back in the day. And only 4 times I ever went to Mexico at the time, I used to play that. And there's a lot of old school SNK and Capcom games that are a lot more bigger in Central South America, and they're still a lot more extra massive overpopular compared to the less popular they have in the United States. But with Twitch and all that, it's probably a lot more extra popular on the internet compared to IRL. When they go to conventions and stuff, it's not really a huge thing, unfortunately. Anyways, the last final thing I'll say is this. I don't know if the voice actor is going to be the same voice actor from Street Fighter 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 now. Or is it going to be a different voice actor taking his spot? I don't know. It's all in the air, man. And I don't know, because I never really been a professional, like, freaking competitive, like, video game tournament sort of person when it came to this, like, esports person when it came to Street Fighter, Tekken, or Mortal Kombat. So anyone that uses Sagat, is he a good character to be your main, or is he one of the worst characters to play as one of your main fighters, your mains? Who do you main? Has he been nerfed over the years? Is he going to be super nerfed this time, or is he going to be overpowered? I don't know, so that's probably a cut-down decision. The director, producers, the Japanese company, Capcom itself, they get the last word on that shit. That's it. That's it for now. I'm out here. Peace on the Sagot. No outro today. Talk to you guys soon. Take it easy. Search for stay, search cross. I'm out of here. Goodbye. On. Stay tuned more for your content channel. And of course, as always, stay tuned more future reaction review segment reviews on indie video games, indie cartoons, and of course, reaction review segments for movie and video game trailers like this one. Take it easy. I'm out. Stay safe. See you soon. Goodbye. Have a good one. I'm out. And yeah. I'll see you guys in the next future commentary segment video. Take care. I'm gone. Goodbye.